大家好，我是文伦，今天帮大家带来的是好久没做的传奇球星聊天室啊。本期的主题是球星们心中最棒的后场组合，前国王球星 Chris Webber 也会跟大家分享他是怎么看他著名的两个后卫搭档白巧克力 Jason Williams 跟 Mike Bibby。
Jason Williams or Mike Bibby?
I'd have to say Mike
Bit.
Only reason why
Stop it.
话不多说，我们马上开始。
Today we're talking about backcourts, and this is always something near and dear to your heart, Kenny, so I'll start with you.
Okay.
Best backcourt you ever played in, played against?
Playing with Vernon Maxwell was great. I just thought that overall his personality was infectious on the court, and his Mad Max persona.
Infectious, but you didn't catch it.
Oh yeah, you caught it. You needed to catch it because at times I think, you need to play with a guy. Charles was probably that guy on his team. I could see that, who elevates everybody's intensity in terms of the anger for the other team. And Vernon Maxwell was just that guy. He's going to talk to you. He's going to talk to them. He's going to talk to the bench. I mean, he takes a shot and he tell the bench, catch me because I'm falling in. I mean, he was that guy that was in. And I actually saw, he was the only guy I saw that irritated Michael ever in his career.
How about Reggie? He did that once or twice.
Yeah, but Vernon told him twice. He's like, if you score again, the way you're scoring, I'm going to fight you. And I was like, what do you mean? I said, what? He said, no, he's disrespecting me. He's just scoring at me too easy. So Michael scored again, and he actually swung on him.
Let's go to somebody. Charles, best backcourt that you played with or played against?
probably Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, the best backcourt I played against.
C-Web.
I say Isaiah and Joe, or I played against Nate McMillan and Gary, and they were Gary Payton, and I remember them trapping our guards, and I remember, the running jumps in Seattle, and I just remember defensively, every game it was just something for our guards, and so I really remember their intensity.
老八跟 Webber 提到的 Isaiah Thomas 跟 Joe Dumars， 当然就是80年代活塞坏小子团队的核心后场。这队有两个能攻善守名人堂成员组成的后场，实力当然是不在话下。有趣的是，两人场上的个性几乎是天平的两端。Thomas 球员时期在场上为了胜利几乎是不择手段，也因为这样跟众多球星都起过严重冲突。他也是 Jordan 跟 Pippen 最讨厌的球员之一。相反的 ，Dumars 在场上则像个彬彬有礼的绅士，几乎没有听说过有球员说他的坏话。Dumars 在1999年退休，隔年开始担任活塞的篮球事项总管，是活塞能建立起2004年冠军团队最重要的推手之一。这里 Webber 还提到另一个名气比较没有那么高的球员，现任老鹰教练 Nate McMillan。大部分球迷对他的印象是长达22年的执教生涯，他先后担任过超音速、拓荒者、六马的教练。不过呢，在90年代，他也是相当有名气的防守型后卫。虽然生涯平均得分只有 5.9， 但以高球商跟防守出名的他，平均有 6.1 助攻、1.9抄截。他有5记抄截在2以上，93-94年更是在每场仅仅 25.8 分钟的上场时间就能贡献3次抄截。他是近30年来唯一平均抄截超过3的球员。他跟手套 Gary Payton 在90年代的组合是许多后场的梦魇，也是超音速能打进96年冠军赛的重要角色球员之一。
We'll just go up the line here.
Best backcourt I ever played with. Not that I ever got into the games. It was my rookie year. I never played, but AJ, Jeff Hornacek, and Dan Marley were the three guards in rotation in Phoenix, and they were perfect together. They all did different things, but they were so good individually and together. They were fun to watch.
Do you remember Vernon Maxwell talking to Michael?
I think that was before I got to Chicago, but I remember when Vernon Maxwell ran into the stands and got suspended for about 10 games. So I'm sure there's a lot of Vernon Maxwell.
So what I meant was he was infectious, but you only want to catch a little bit of what he.
Yeah, you only want to catch a little bit of Maxwell. You know what? If you catch the Maxwell flu, it might get you out of the league. No question.
How about it, Smitty?
I got to give Mookie Blaylock the best backcourt partner I've ever had. Totally opposite than Vern. Didn't say much, went about his business. A thief in the backcourt. And I think watching and playing against, it has to be a trio for me too, Steve, is Isaiah, Joe, but you got to throw Vinnie Johnson in there too. because the way they were all interchangeable. You know, Joe could go over and move to the point guard spot, where Isaiah could come off screens. Then you had Vinnie Johnson. So that was the best backcourt I played against or saw.
Shaq.
Best backcourt I've ever played with, as I said in my book, Shaq Uncut. In stores now. Best backcourt I played with was Penny Hardaway and Brian Shaw. Because Brian Shaw, you know, we had a play that was called a Shawshank Redemption Unstoppable Play, and Penny Hardaway was, you know,
Shawshank
Redemption. Then when I went to L.A., Shaw came, and my second favorite is B. Shaw and Kobe. We still have the same play, Shawshank Redemption.
Basically, the play, you like Brian because he just threw you the ball.
Threw that lob.
Throw the ball to your big man. Let
him flourish.
28-15, baby.
Backcourts you've been part of, played against. What do you think, Rich?
The best player I played with would be Mark Jackson. It seemed like he had eyes in the back of his head, and all I had to do was really set my man up, and he got me the basketball. Against, to me, was Magic Johnson and Byron Scott. And the reason Byron Scott wasn't a huge name, but he was such a great shooter, and Magic at 6'9", point guard, and that the matchups going between both of those players, it was so difficult because of their size. But I would say Magic and Byron Scott.
And to me, the best I never said it, would play against was Michael and whoever was in the backcourt.
You know, as a big fella, a lot of the guards that I played with, the best ball handlers, I don't know if this is true for Shaq and Chuck, but a lot of the guards would come to me and be like, man, I got Mookie, but I got Muggsy Bogues tonight. And when Muggsy Bogues played, I would always have to come up and set picks. So, you know, 94 feet, he would start checking them. So I would actually take the ball out, get it to the guard so I could stay at that free throw line and set picks, and they hated.
He's the toughest. I take that back. Muggsy Bogues is the toughest. He's the toughest on-ball defender I've ever.
My guards always used to be like, man, come up and set a pick on him, you know what I mean, so I can get open because he just fought.
I thought it was two Muggsies on the court. Because you dribble on this side and you turn back and he'd be there. Like, it's like two Muggsies. No, if
Muggsy was guarding you and you got the ball full court, you threw it to the other guy. Yeah. You take it, I'm running up. Lindsey Hunter's another guy.
You know, bring the basketball up against Mookie. I saw Mookie win games by getting turnovers in the backcourt.
But you told me last year about Mookie saying when he was going to steal a ball from guys and he would wait.
The one crazy thing about Mookie, he never went out and shoot around. He never went out and worked out. He just stayed and watched tapes from guys counter. Kenny, when you put pressure on him, whether he's going to go around his back, whether he's going to cross over. And he would say, Steve, I'm going to get a steal right now because I've been watching tape after tape. And he get a steal. So me, that's not like saying you're going to get a bucket.
Right.
Saying you're going to get a steal.
那侠客在这里有点出人意料的提到了自己同队过最好的后场是 Penny 跟 Brian Shaw， 而 Kobe 跟 Fisher 或 Shaw 的湖人时期后场只排在第2。我特地去查了一下，这集的播出时间是2012年10月。那不知道当时 Shaq 跟 Kobe 的关系好转了没有？但我听到他没有把 Kobe 排在第1位是蛮惊讶的。Miller 这边则是提到自己六马时期的好搭档，前勇士教练、现任名球评 Mark Jackson。Jackson 是我个人认为最被低估的后卫之一，历史助攻数排名第5的他，是助攻榜前10中唯一没有入选名人堂的球员。他也是已故接球传奇 Escalade 的亲哥哥。另2个在这段被提到的球员是 NBA 最矮，官方身高160公分的 Muggsy Bogues， 还有90年代老鹰控卫 Mookie Blaylock。看到这里，我最惊讶的点有2个。第一个是球员们提的像 McMillan、Bogues、Blaylock 等名气比较没有那么高的球员，而被提到这些球员的共通点就是防守都非常好。但因为一般大众无法体会数据上不容易呈现出来的防守时的贡献，也造就了他们的名气没有那么高。另一个让我感到惊讶的点是，竟然没有人提到我心目中最理想的控卫 John Stockton。Stockton 不只是生涯助攻跟超节的双料第一，19年的生涯中，他总共只缺席过4场比赛。除此之外，他还有我个人认为运动史上最伟大纪录之一，19年全部打进季后赛。那 Stockton 没有被提到，我认为很大一部分原因是因为他多年来搭档的得分后卫，除了 Jeff Hornacek 以外，都没有特别出色的球员。那关于手套口中这位最难防守的球员
，Everybody's been asking me why he is the toughest person to guard other than instead of Michael Jordan。
我之前有做过影片，另外介绍了，连结我会放在留言区。接下来我们将会进入本片的高潮 ，Weber 将会讨论他国王时期的前后搭档 J. Will 跟 Mike Bibby 2位球员。
Describe you and Mike Bibby in Sacramento.
Yeah, it was just trust. You know, Mike and I, we had a relationship where we worked out in the summer, and we knew our offense was, you got the ball in certain places, so it wasn't too much trickery. You know, you practiced in the same spots. And with Mike, we just, you know, he would come off the pick and roll and or a handoff from me because that's what coaches wanted me to do. And he would go up, and I could tell he wasn't going to shoot it, and I needed to be ready. He was going to get it back to me. Or, you know, just the fact that he would say, you know, this time Fish is playing it this way, hand it off to me, I'm going to keep going.
Can I put you on the spot?
Yeah.
Jason Williams or Mike Bibby?
I'd have to say Mike Bibby.
Stop it.
Only reason why.
Stop it.
I just want to know.
Stop it.
Because
Here we go.
I'm going to say this. To me, watching you, it was Jason Williams.
Thank you.
Because if it wasn't Jason Williams, there would be no Mike Bibby.
First of all, that's 100% correct.
Thank you.
If it wasn't for Jay Will, it'd be no Mike Bibby. But the reason why I would say Mike Bibby is because when Mike Bibby came and played, he was a little bit more mature. When it was Jay Will, it was me, Jay Will, and Vlade there the first year ever of Sacramento being together. You know, forming this identity, and too much pressure on Jay Will because Jay Will can play. And the stuff he did with Pat Riley and Shaq, he could do with us, but he would get criticized if this went out of bounds, or if, like you said, if the you know, the receiver didn't catch the pass. So I think it was unfair for Jay Will to be in that position that young. I don't think he was ready for it necessarily. But Mike Bibby being more mature at that time. But Jay Will's the type of guy that'd be like, Webb, go up, you got to get this jumper. He'd be the guy pushing it, and you know, it was fun playing with him. I can't say that.
Okay.
But yeah.
How many times you get hit in the nose with a pass from Jay Will?
I'd probably say maybe once.
Oh, that's all it took.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. No, funny story. The first day of practice, I came to practice, and I didn't want to be in Sacramento. I didn't want to, I had to go in the room and talk to Vlade and Jason. And Vlade's like, I'm telling you, this kid Jason's pretty good. My brother called me, he's like, I'm telling you, Jason's good. Jason came down the fast break. You know, Shaq did something where he bounces it and hit it with his elbow directly to Vlade, hit Vlade in the face, wide open. I was like, this is gonna be fun. So Jay Will got the game, trust me. It's just he came in very young, though.
That's so you knew about that.
那 Jay Will 跟 Bibby 两个人其实蛮有缘的哦，他们选秀会同梯，在1998年的选秀会分别在第2跟第7顺位被选，他们是当年顺位最高的2名控球。Bibby 第一次在 NBA 出赛，也刚好就是对上国王跟 Jay Will。虽然是当年联盟最具娱乐性、人气最高的国王的主力球员之一，但 Jay Will 只在国王打了3年，上场时间从第一季的 36.1 到第二季的 34.1， 到第3季已经不到30分钟了。其中最关键的原因就是他的外线投射跟出手选择，在这3年并没有太大的进步。投篮命中率分别只有 37.4、37.3 跟 40.7。2000跟2001球季结束后，刚在第2轮被湖人4-0横扫的国王，大胆的拆散了这支人气相当高的球队，跟灰熊策换了 Jay Will 跟 Bibby 互换的交易。那这笔交易是典型的双赢交易。灰熊当时是联盟中的大烂队，成军6年，别说连季后赛的边都没摸过，总共也只赢了101场比赛。更让他们难堪的是，同时在95年成军的暴龙，过去2年就赢了92场比赛，当季已经打入东区第2轮，而且阵中还有联盟人气最高的球员之一 Vince Carter。灰熊老板在2001球季结束后，把球队迁至 Memphis， 伤了无数包含我在内的温哥华球迷的心，并决定以崭新的阵容重新开始。他们先是把队上的王牌 Sharif Abdul-Rahim 交易到老鹰，换来当年的第3顺位 Paul Gasol。接着就是这桩 Jay Will 跟 Bibby 互换案，灰熊以 Gasol 跟 Jay Will 为核心的组合，在 Memphis 接下来几年也打出不错的成绩。那 Bibby 来到国王后的第1年呢，他们就拿下队史最高的61胜，主要原因我认为有3个。第一个是他卓越的外线能力，让当时打强调大量移动跟空间的 Princeton Offense 的国王，如同打通任督二脉一般，当季的平均得分联盟第2，进攻指数第3。第二是虽然当时才24岁，而且没有季后赛经验，但 Bibby 沉稳内敛的个性，让国王不论场上场下都多了一份稳定感。Bibby 的加入让当季的国王从充满潜力的未来球队，升华到让人感觉能真正冲击冠军的现在球队。虽然我认为 Bibby 的到来是当季国王能大跃进的关键，但第3点也是我最为 Jay Will 感到不平的一点是，当季的国王是主力核心群 Divac、Weber、Stojakovic、Christie 配合的第4季，不管是默契、身心成熟度，甚至场下的相处，都在经历前3季的磨合后有卓越的成长。Bibby 的来到把球队推向一个新的境界，但就如 Kenny 在节目上所说的，没有前面 Jay Will 跟核心球员一起经历过的成长期，就没有后来能跟巅峰欧部湖人抗衡的国王。古人说不经一番寒彻骨，焉得梅花扑鼻香。对我来说 Jay Will 就是那个寒彻骨， Bibby 就是那朵梅花。 关于当年国王跟湖人在季后赛的经典大战，各位可以点右上角的连结，听听 Shaq 跟 Weber 是怎么说的。今天影片到这边就结束了，谢谢大家的收看，我们下次见，拜拜。